Let's get going. Hi. Hey, how's it going? So, today is Sunday. As most of you know, I have arrived here on Friday, South Korea. It's a beautiful place. And I have several stories for you. In this particular one, we're going to start at the beginning. We are going to talk about the whole airport experience, right? So, I didn't actually get a chance to really record the way that I wanted to, which is fine, because that's why I'm about to explain it to you. I'm going to just tell you the story. Yeah, I don't need to see it. I can just tell it to you. I'm a great storyteller. So, let's see. Pittsburgh International Airport. We arrived. My flight was at 7. I don't remember. I'm gonna make it up. I think it was 7:20. So we arrived around 5:30. You can see I still don't have a brain, so bear with me here. 5. I'm gonna say 5:30 is when we arrived at the airport. Get there, of course. Mom starts crying. It's terrible. I have a clip. I just want y'all to know, Mom really started crying right now. Mom cried. It was terrible. Everybody was doing such a good job at not crying, and she just broke the whole thing. Way to go, Mom. Then we find out, well, I already knew this, because I had used my little weight scale at home. But sure enough, we get there, and my big suitcase bag is 10 pounds over. So it was either throw everything out or just like pay the extra fee. So if you guys know me well enough, you know I paid the extra fee. Even though I'm cheap as hell, I was like, screw it. I already cut out so much of my stuff to try and like make room and save weight. And I was like, you know what, this is the bare of my freaking minimum. I need everything that's in there. Screw you, American Airlines. Anyway, so that was fine. We get through that. Then Mom didn't actually park the car, so I had to like do that by myself, which is fine. I'm a big girl.
Cheese.
So then I get down through, take it through security, which is fine. Stop, get a little breakfast, My last stop was Burgers Bagels. I'll miss you dearly. Yeah, I get on the flight. So honestly, everything at Pittsburgh International Airport was completely fine. It wasn't a big deal. Except for the fact that we had like an ice, warning kind of thing. So they had to de-ice our plane, all right? Yeah. Oh, I have a clip of that too. I'll show that now. Here you go. It freaked me the hell out. I'm not gonna lie. They're like, oh, everything's fine. Everything's going accordingly. We're just going to. It'll be a few minutes before takeoff as we de-ice the plane. With all the warnings and hazardous or whatever he said. We're gonna de-ice the plane and then we'll be ready to go. And so they had these like little crane-looking things that were spraying. It looked like, honestly, it just looked like soap. I don't know if you can tell from the video I just showed, but it looked like soap. And I guess that was supposed to help the plane from freezing in midair. Fun time. It's always something with me, but wait, there's more. It was like a 3-hour flight to Dallas. I was knocked out the whole time. It wasn't a big deal. I was in the dead back of the plane. But the highlight of that was that I was the only one in my row, so I had like 2 open seats to the side. I didn't use them because I'm not like that. I would just knocked out my little middle seat and it was fine. It worked out well. So then we land in Dallas Fort Worth International Airport. If any of you guys have been there, you know the struggle is real at this freaking airport. I've been there 3 times now. Well, I mean, 3 times on my way to go somewhere. Like, obviously, when I go back home, that would technically be like, I guess. Alright, I'm not gonna count. I've been there numerous times, okay? So when we landed, I think it had to have been like 9:45 when we landed. That would make sense. If the flight left at 7:20, it was like 9:45 when we landed, and it was it was funny, right? Because when the time we landed, 9:45, was when my next flight was boarding. You can understand my anxiety at this point. And like I said, I was in the back of the plane, the very back of this plane. So it took a hot minute for me to get off of this plane, right? And when I got off, I was so confused because I was like in another terminal. And the last time I had flew to Korea through American Airlines, mind you, we had to go through baggage claim and recheck our bags. And so I'm freaking out because I'm like, oh my God, I'm about to miss my flight that's in like 45 minutes. And I still have to go through baggage claim, recheck my bag, and then they made us go through security again the last time too. So I was like, where am I? What's happening? Because I saw the baggage claim like door, and it said no re-entry. So I was like, well, that can't be right. So I had this random guy that was clearly off duty. He had a jacket on. He looked like he was ready to go, or he was just coming in, and I felt bad. But I had some questions to be answered. You know, I was like, "Excuse me, sir. Am I supposed to go through baggage claim or blah blah blah?" You know. Anyway, I asked him the question. He said, "No, go on to your, just go." Basically, like I said, he wasn't trying to answer my question. So my ticket, of course, didn't have a gate number. Screw you, American Airlines. That seemed to be your favorite thing to do. It's like we have a love-hate relationship, American Airlines and I. Because they feed you well on international flights, but they just don't make it easy for you to get to the plane. That's all I'm going to say. That's it. Come at me. Come at me, American. So I had to talk to, it was a sweet old guy. He was like at the little like departure gate thing. And he was like, "Oh, like my ticket doesn't have a gate number." He was like, "Whoa, let's look that up for you." He was real cute. That was a terrible impression of him. But he was cute anyway. He was like, "Oh, you're going to Seoul." And I was like, "Mm-hmm. Sure am. Sorry about me eating. I'm really hungry." I haven't been eating very well. Continuing the story. Anyway, so he directed me to where I needed to go. It was fun. Again, any of you who's been to Dallas Fort Worth International Airport, you know the struggle is real. Especially when it comes to that damn gate train. Lord. They need a new one. Every time that thing, cause it's like a little train thing. You know, in Pittsburgh, you know, you have that, it goes straight back. He's like, just one stop and done kind of thing. It's fun, actually, to ride it. It's like nostalgic for me. Whenever we were a kid and we used to go and ride the train in the airport for no reason at all. So this thing takes you all around the airport, and this airport's massive, okay? So, like, depending on your gate, you might be on there for a good minute. It's always packed full of people, which is fine. That's something I have to get you to at the subway anyway. That's not my point. My point is, it's raggedy as hell. Like, every time it makes a slight turn, you're knocking into the window or the person in front of you. Like, there's no way. Unless you're sitting, there's no way to be safe on this train. Continuing the story. So, It's fine. I get there. It was like 3 stops. It wasn't that big of a deal. This time, I have been on this thing for like a good hot minute, but this time it was fine. But as I said, when I got off my plane, my next flight was boarding already. So when I get there, there's so many people there, and I'm like so confused. I'm breathing heavy. I'm sweating everywhere. I'm so hot at this point because I had like my sweater and my scarf and whatever on. I think I may have still had my coat on at this point. And so there's this dude who's like, are you waiting for this gate? And I was like, yeah, I am actually. I just don't know what group number they're on. And he was like, oh, I think they're on like 6 or 5 or whatever he said. And I was like, oh, that's cool. That means I have a while to go. Thank you. And I walk away. I don't know if he was like trying to make conversation with me or not. I don't know why he initiated the conversation, but I walked away because all I could think of was water and food. So I was like, dear Jesus, I'm group 8. If they're on group 5, I got time. So I went, there was an Auntie Anne's right behind me. I was like, this is the last time I'll have this for a minute. This salty ass pretzel, it tasted fantastic. And I had a bottle of water. And I was so happy. But now I feel bad about that guy because maybe he wanted to be friends. Sorry, partner. Get on the plane. I am seated next to this Korean woman, as cute as a button. She's like, had such mommy feels, like, it's really weird to explain, but like, when I was like on my, like falling asleep, I kept noticing that I was like falling towards her, and I was like, girl, you don't know this woman. You need to get your stuff, sorry, I'm not trying to swear in this video. You need to get your stuff together. Like, you don't know her. You can't be all up in her space, you know? But she was so sweet. We became friends by the end of it. She had needed to get up to the bathroom, so she like just tapped my shoulder real lightly. And when you're on a plane, you know what that means. You gotta move your boot, you know, scoot your boot. But so I get up, I'm like, oh, yeah, so sorry. My stuff is, again, sorry, I'm not trying to swear. My stuff is everywhere. Like, I have my coat on the floor, my cord for the headphones are stuck in the screen, you know, so I'm like scrambling, kind of like, oh, she gotta go. I'm trying to get all my stuff together, and I feel so bad. And I think she noticed that I was like frazzled, because whenever she got out of the seat, she just, you know, put a hand on my shoulder, was like, kind of like a thank you, you're okay, I appreciate you. And then waited for me to get back into my seat before she left, and I was like, go to the bathroom, it's okay, I'm okay. And so, you know, she came back, I let her back in. She was just so smiley, she was so cute. I think that's when we first became friends, when we were just like, all right, it was cute, it was precious. And then I noticed a few times, like, her just like looking at me, and like just kind of like a real subtle, like a look, like, I don't know how to explain it, you know, when you just like observe someone. And then I have my phone on my lap, and of course my lock screen is my baby Serendipity, my cat. I'm gonna insert a picture of her here. Just look at how cute she is, okay? 1, 2, 3. And so I noticed, like, when my phone was lit up on my lap, she was like, look and like see that it's like my cat. And she was like looking for a minute too, but I let her. I was like, it's okay, this is my baby, I'm proud to show her off, this is my girl. So I need to stop saying that I'm gonna insert stuff, because this is gonna make editing a lot harder. By the end of it, she was like, you know, she like starts a conversation. She's like, where are you going? Because I think she saw, because this was by the time we got immigration papers and stuff, so like, if you're staying in South Korea, you have to fill out, you know, you have to fill out papers. It's whatever, it's fine. And so she was asking where I was staying, and stranger danger went out the window, because I was telling her everything. I've been like, you know, I showed her like the area, and like, I told her what I was doing, because she was like really surprised. She was like, She's like, oh wow, that's cool. You're teaching English, you know. And when I showed her like the area that I'd be in, she's like, oh, that's close to my house. And I was like, oh, can we be friends then? I didn't say that, but I thought it. And then she was like, do you speak Korean? And I was like, a little bit. And then she was like, said a little bit in Korean, and I can't remember it specifically enough to try and say it again. Like I got like the general sound, but like can't really remember, so I don't want to embarrass myself and like try and say a little bit in Korean. She was like, oh, a little bit, okay. It's something easy. And I was like, no, it's not. Are you talking about English being easy? Because that's not either. I can barely speak English. Something was easy for her though. And so, and then I told her that I can read it, and she was like, seems like so impressed that I could read in Korean. And I was like, yeah, fam. I might not understand what I'm reading, but I can read that. Get off the plane. I had previously reserved a SIM card so that I can use my phone at least a little bit, a little something. And it closes, excuse me, this particular like terminal or whatever, it closed at 6. Plane landed at 5:45 Korean time, PM. It was 14 hours and 23 minutes. I remember that exactly. Ha! Okay, funny story. I was knocked out like most of the plane ride. I was listening to music. I was like, I don't need any movies. I'm gonna get through this flight on my own. I don't need to pee, whatever. I just chilling in my seat for like most of the flight. And then I woke up and I felt like so awake, and I was like, oh, we must be almost there. Like, oh, I'm doing good. Oh, look at this flight. Oh, and it, like the plane looked like it was close on like the little map thing, you know, how they track where you're going. And I was like, oh, we almost there. I got this. I'm excited. And then I look at the time. We had 6 hours remaining. And I was like, well. And I had to pee. Like I said, I was wide awake, so there was no going back to sleep for the next 6 hours. So I was like, let's see what movies they got. I started with Incredibles 2, by the way. That was if you haven't seen that, please see that. It's a fantastic movie. Then, what did I watch after that? I definitely watched another. Oh, Jurassic World 2. That was a good movie as well. Very well done. Applaud. Let me be in the next one. I'm an actress too, if you didn't know. Holla at your girl. Okay, so going back to the end of the flight. Sorry that I'm jumping around everywhere. I feel really hyper right now. I had like 2 sips of coffee, but you can tell how caffeine derived I've been if this hit me that fast. So, like I said, we landed 4:45. This place closes at 6. I had to go through immigration. I had to go through customs. Wasn't that big of a deal. It was immigration that had the long line, and then I had to go through baggage claim, and they had this flight at the very end. Like when it was 23. That was the number of like the area. That was the last number. I was walking. I had to walk so fast, and I'm not a runner. If you don't know me now, you know I'm not a runner. So I had to walk fast. I'm a fast walker, so I walked fast to get my thing, and then I had to walk all the way back to like the other side just to get out. And this all was like 5. It had to have reached 5:45. I think I got out of immigration at 5:30. This had to have been like 5:45. Like I was pushing it to get my SIM card, and I was like, I'ma cry. I don't think that like, I don't know. I was worried that even if I missed it, because I reserved it at this specific like kiosk, I was worried that they wouldn't let me pick it up at another one. I don't know how they do so. But it worked out. It was fine up until that point. Again, I'm still sweating because I was walking fast, not running, walking fast. I had my sweaters on. I was carrying my coat for sure by this point. Like, I knew not to put my coat back on once I got off the plane because I knew I had some places to go and that it would take time to get there. So I wasn't having that. And that's it for like the airport story, because like I said, I have some stories for you. But because this video is long enough, I'm gonna save that for next time. So, and I know that I gotta keep you guys all waiting. This is how they do. This is a cliffhanger because there's more. So tune into the next video. See you guys then.